Okay, students, just now we see that in the first part, the poet says that the morning light spreads over the earth. The sky once again bows his head in respect because children are going to school. The sun, after his morning deep in the river, is dressed up in his turban of golden muslin. He waits and smiles on one side of the road, for children are going to school. Now, after that, the poet says that the breeze moving through the green topped branches of trees sings a song of blessings. To whom? To the children are going to school. Now look at here. Fragrant flowers awaken the sleepy roads with their melodies. The flowers which are having the fragrant. These flowers are singing a song. Okay, these flowers are singing a song and they want to make awake. They want to awake to whom? To the sleepy roads. Because from these roads the children are going to school. So these fragrant flowers, the flowers which are having smell, these flowers are singing a song for children are going to school. They want to awake the road because from this road children are going to school. So these flowers are singing a song. Okay, and through their song they want to awake the sleepy road because from that road the children are going to school. Look at here, the fragrant flower. In that, fragrant means having a pleasant smell. Right there, everyone. Fragrant, having a pleasant smell. Write it, everyone. Fragrant, having a pleasant smell. Okay. Now look at the next. Next word, melodious. Melodious means songs. Melodies means songs. Yeah, tunes. Melodies means songs. Yeah, tunes. Write that. Okay. Now look at the next stanza. At the corner of the lane, the people in his lush deep foliage waves his hands, for children are going to school. The lane from where the children are going to school, at that corner there is a one people tree, and this people tree from under his green leafy cover waves his hands. For what? For the children are going to school. He spread his lush deep foliage hands, waves hands. He want to give the shadow to the children. Those are going to school. The children are going to school. All of you know the people tree, huge branches and the foliage of the that foliage means branches. Okay, foliage means branches. We are noticed that this people tree has green foliage, and this people tree spread it lush deep foliage waves his hands to whom? To the children. It want to give them the shadow as the children are going to school from here. So this people tree spread its lush deep foliage, his hands, waves his hands to the children are going to school. Okay, to the children are going to school, for the children are going to school. In this way, this people tree also very happy to see the children are going to school, and he want to give them shadow, and for that it spread all his foliage waves of hands, for the children are going to school. Here also the poet personified this people tree as a living thing, as this people tree spread its branches and want to give the shadow to the children are going to school. Understand? Now look at here, foliage means right there leaves and branches of a plant. leaves and branches of a plant. Right there, foliage, leaves and branches of plant. Everyone right there, leaves and branches of plant. Finished? Okay, so here the poet told us that people tree form under his green leafy covery waves of his hands. For whom? For the children going to school. Look at the next. Angels of light have set out. Every road is a gleam. The angels of light have made every road shine brightly. Look at here. Here the poet that imagine that the angels of light have made every road shine brightly. Means here everywhere the sunlight spread. The poet told us this. Imagine like this, that the angel of light saves have set out every road is a gleam. Okay, here angels of light have made every road shine brightly, because from that road now children are going to see. This angel did not want to give the trouble, did not want to give the trouble to the children those are going to school. So she set out the all roads. She made the every road shine brightly. Okay. Why? Because children now going to school. Because of that, this angel made every road shine brightly. And from this road now children are going to school. In this way, the poet want to tell us that every living and non-living thing want to see, children are going to see. Every non-living and living thing are become happy to see children are going to school. Your angel of light made every road shine brightly, for the children are going to school. At this hour, every particle of the earth throbs like a mother's heart. Okay, when the children are going to school, poet want to say us here that every particle of the earth, everything from the earth, everything, every particle from the earth throbs like a mother's heart. Here throbs means beats, beats like a mother's heart, as mother's heart is beating for her own child. All of you know that every mother's heart is beating for her own child. In the same way, the poet want to say us here that every particle of the earth, every living and non-living thing on the earth now start beats, their heart is now beating. For whom? For the children are going to school. Okay, their hearts are beating for the children are going to school. So at this hour when the children are going to school, every particle from the earth throbs like beats like a mother's heart. Okay, because they are happy to see children are going to school. At that moment they happy to see children are going to see. Because of that, every particle, everything on the earth beats like a mother's heart. Okay. Now look at the meaning throbs. Throbs means here beats with strong regular rhythm. Right there, pulse rate steadily. Beat or sound with strong regular rhythm. Throb means beat or sound with strong regular rhythm. Write that everyone. Okay. Look at here students. So just now what the poet told us that the angels of light made every road shine brightly for the children those are going to school. Means every particle which is present in the nature, every particle is taking the care of the children those are going to school because they want to see the children are going to school. Because of that, every particle from the earth is taking the care for the children are going to school. Then the poet says us that at this moment, at this hour, when the children are going to school, every particle on the earth beats like a mother's heart. As the mother's heart is a beating for her own child, in the same way, every particle on the earth is a please is become pleased and is happy, and because of that, all these particles are taking the care of the children are going to school, and their hearts are beating like mother's heart. Okay, now look at the last. Time sitting on an old roof. Flies pigeons in the sky. For children are going to school. Time is sitting on an old roof. Now this is a time. Now it is a sitting on old roof, making the pigeons fly in the sky. Okay, the time is set now. Now time is a what is the time now? This is the time of the children's of going to school. Now it is a setting an old roof, and at that time it make the pigeons making pigeons make fly in the air. Okay, making the pigeons fly in the air. For the children are going to school. To whom? To the children are going to school. The time is sitting on an old roof. It make the pigeons are flying in the sky. For the children are going to school. Got it, everyone? In this way, the poet described in front of us that how the living and non-living things are taking care of the children. Those are going to school, and all these living and non-living things are happy to see the children are going to school. Look at, I am going to repeat it again, whole poem. Morning light spread over the earth. Okay, when the morning light spread over the earth, once again the sky bows his head in respect for children are going to school. When morning light spread over the earth, at that time once again sky bows his head. Every day it bows his head. Today also it bows his head and gives the respect to whom? To the children are going to school. This sky bows his head in a respect. This sky bows his head in a respect for the children are going to school. Means like every day, today also the sky bows his head in a respect for the children are going to school. Then the sky, after his morning deep in the river, dressed it in the golden muslin turban, waits and smiles on one side of the road for children are going to school. The sky, after the morning deeps, means as its sunrise, sun rays reflected in the river. After that, the sun looks gold, and here the poet describe it as this sun is dressed up with golden muslin turban, and now it waits and smiles for the children are going to school. Means here sun is also happy to see the children are going to school. Now this sun is waiting for them on the one side of the road. It want to see them that the children are going to school. Okay. Through the green topped branches, breezes sing their songs of blessing. The green topped branches, when the breeze are blowing, the air is blowing. This air is making the sound. This sound is presented, personified the poet as a song of blessing, and these branches are singing the song of blessing for the children are going to school. Okay, the song of blessing for the children are going to school. Then fragrant flowers awaken the sleepy roads with their melodies. The flowers which having the pleasant smells, these flowers are singing a melodious song, and with this melodious song, these flowers are want to awake sleepy roads, because from these roads now children are going to school. Because of that, these fragrant flowers, the flowers which having the pleasant smell, singing a melodious song, and they awake the sleepy roads, for the children are going to school, isn't it? Then at the corner of the lane, the people in his lush deep foliage waves his hands, for the children are going to school. At the corner there is a one tree, the lane from where the children now going to school. At that corner one people tree which is spread its waves, its branches as a hands, want to give the shadow to the children are going to school by waving his hands of the branches. Okay, in this way the poet here personified the people tree also as a human being, as it presented uh, that it waves his hand of the branches, for the children are going to school, want to give them the shadow, for the children are going to school. Okay, then angel of light made the roads shine brightly, as the children are going to school from that roads. The angel of light made the roads shine brightly. Okay, and at last, at this hour, every particle of the earth throbs like the mother's heart, beats like the mother's heart. Every particle is taking the care, for these children are going to school, and because of that, these particles are throbs like the mother's heart, beats like the mother's heart. Now, in it is a time of an old roof, and this time flies the pigeons in the sky, for the children are going to school. Okay, the pigeons which are sitting on the roof. Okay, this time sitting on an old roof flies pigeons in the sky when the children are going to school. Now pigeons are also flying in the sky when the children are going to school. Those the pigeons are sitting on the roof. In this way, in this poem, the poet described the nature that pleased to see the children are going to school. In this way, the poet shown the nature pleased to see the children are going to school. Everything living, non-living thing is presented by the poet as if these things, living and non-living things, are taking care, for the children are going to school. All these living things and non-living things are become happy to see children are going to school, isn't it? All these are become happy to see children are going to school. Okay, so everything that from the nature is described by the poet in this poem. Understand? So this is a very happy poem, and through this poem the poet want to say that everyone like to see children are going to school. Okay.